Hey everyone, this is Natasha Fernandes, and we are on video number 2 of Changing Your Habits and Getting Things Done. So, if you have watched the video number 1 and begun to rewrite and edit your story, it's going to be a very interesting one on video number 2. And if you haven't, I would urge to go and watch the first video so that you get a continuity on the activities that we are going to share and do at the same time. So, in this video, I am going to talk about letting your past go. And when I say that letting your past go, what does that exactly mean? Here, we are not going to discuss, anything that is just philosophical and that you cannot implement. Everything that I will teach you and share with you is something that you can go and implement in a practical term in your life. So many a times, when you are in conversation with a person or conversation with your therapist or, different people, and you are talking, you are sharing certain things, you are sharing certain incidences, where do they come from? They do not come from the present. They always come of, this happened to me at that time, or this happened there, or this was what someone told me, or this is how I felt. So if you observe the grammar, if you observe your vocabulary and what you are talking is all about the past. And I am not going to say that it is something so simple that I tell you now, snap your fingers and forget everything. No, our mind, okay, our cerebral faculty has evolved since millions of years, not to just snap your fingers and again become something where you just retain your day to day activities. No. So, here, when we talk about letting your past go, and when I talk about certain aspects of it, I am going to teach you of how to change the way you think about it. Okay, how to change the way you think about your past and how to change the way you think about your future. Because very easily it is said that the past will always give you depression and thinking about the future is always going to put you in anxieties. It doesn't have to be that way. It can be an activity of learning. It can be an activity where you can improve and change your life, and it can be an activity of creation. Okay, because at this very moment all the thoughts that you are thinking, all the thoughts that you thought yesterday, all the thoughts that you thought like 10 years back have created your life today. And many a times people just say that stop thinking. You cannot stop thinking. Okay, your mind is full of thoughts, your subconscious mind is full of thoughts. Like in a day, on an average, your subconscious mind enables you to think 60,000 thoughts. And out of that, okay, if you have heard my previous videos where I have discussed a lot about thoughts and thinking patterns and changes and everything, out of that, 45,000 thoughts are repetitive. That means 90% of what you think every day is the same thing. And that is where, when we talk about stories, you are stuck in your stories because you are thinking the same thoughts day after day after day without knowing how to have a breakthrough from them. The point of having a breakthrough is changing your faulty perception by introducing new ideas, by introducing new learning, and by introducing new and renewed sense of gratitude and enthusiasm. And I will be talking about this in the videos ahead as well. So now, again, I will bring you back here. Okay, so many a times when you are wallowing in your past or you are worried about your future, what do you hear as a common advice? I would like to receive that in comments of what do you hear as a common advice. Many a times, okay, what I have heard people telling others as a common advice is be in the present, be in the present moment, be in the moment. Now, is that wrong? No. But what I want to just give you a little hope for the people who have a lot of rumination of thoughts of the past is that first thing, you are already in the present moment. You are here wherever you are. If you are watching my video, or if you are, doing some activity, you are in the present moment. Even if you have thoughts of 10 years back, thoughts of 20 years back, can you physically be there? The answer is no. So then, do not stress yourself over it. You are already in the present. You are here in 2022 right now. And whenever in the future, whoever is watching, you are and at that particular date and year of your life. So now, what is the big fuss about being in the present moment? What it means is that when you are in the present moment, be completely present with all your senses, like all your five senses have to be completely present. Okay. Your sense of smell, your vision, your hearing, your taste, your feeling, the kinesthetics, everything has to be in the present. And when you access a memory, you are sitting on the chair, okay, in whatever date that you are watching now and being in the present, and you have drifted away 10 years earlier, okay, in a memory that may be pleasurable or that may be punishing, and your senses have also drifted away. Like, as I said, our greatest cerebral capacity, like our brain is a miracle, of so much of, it can do everything for you only if you allow it to be functioning in the right direction. Now, if you are going to allow it to wander, it will wander. Wandering and focusing are the functions of your brain. Okay, so you can either wander or you can focus. So now, when I was talking about you being in the memory of 10 years earlier, okay, all your senses are there. You may feel that rejection, you may feel that insult, you may feel that pain, okay, being inflicted upon you. Why? Because you have taken your senses there. And that is what everybody means being in the present, that come here completely, be here completely, do not drift away and wander. Now, when I say that, okay, when I have spoken about the brain, and when I say that this is such a powerful, tool that you have about accessing your memories, can you just imagine that you being here, if you want to think about your grandparents in the childhood, or the places that you went as a kid in the vacation, or the school that you went, the teachers that you met, can you imagine? That is such a beautiful thing that your brain has. So why, keep feeling very, what do you say, restricted about it? Why do you want to feel restricted about, oh my God, I am someone who always lives in the past? Don't. That's so simple. Stop. Just stop. And that's how it has to be. You are not supposed to give away control. It's your mind, okay? Use it to your advantage. Now, another aspect that I want to teach you today is when we talk about memory, okay? Memory and learning comes from the hippocampus of our brain. They both are tied together. So, what have you learned from your memories? Rather than trying to replay and replay and replay the same story of your past, or think about replaying your future, this is how it has to be, this is how it has to be, this is how it has to be, and punishing yourself by saying that I have everything, okay, that may be required, but my brain doesn't do what I want. It is doing what you want. You asked it to worry. You asked it to live in the past. You asked your brain to think about that memory that caused you pain. You asked your brain to worry about some 10 years down the line of how your life will be, and it is doing. So, the crux of everything that I am talking right now is that how effectively can you use this miracle of memory and imagination? So now to imagination, we are going to add one more thing. Okay. We are going to use our memory, our imagination, and inspiration. So we are going to use these three things. Your memories get you learning. Okay. I'm not talking about lessons. I've already clarified this. Your memory get you to learn. They introduce you to a miracle of learning. Like, even we have so many experiments which you can Google. The simplest one is the experiment of Pavlov, where it states about the classical conditioning. Where does that come? From repetitive learning, from repetitive action. So, what are you conditioning yourself to? What are you conditioning your memories to? Okay. So once you use all of those learnings, okay, to your present age, to your present moment, experience your five senses here in the now. Now, whenever I talk about you experiencing your five senses, what you can do is a very short exercise. You can do it with me. Okay. You can look at five things in the room around you that you can see. Okay, it may be, an air condition, it may be a light, it may be the table, it may be your mobile phone that's there in your hand. And what else can you see? Five things that you can see. Then four sounds that you can hear. Focus. Now here is where you focus. What are the four different kinds of sounds that you can hear? Okay, so we have finished with our what you can see, what you can hear. Okay, now what are the three things that you can touch? What are the three things that you can touch? If you go deeper into a state of mindfulness and meditation, you can even begin to feel the material of the cloth that you are wearing that is touching your skin, and your skin is a sensory organ. Okay, what are the two things that you can smell at this moment? Focus again. And what's the one thing that you can taste? So, this is how you bring yourself back into the present moment by practicing the sensory integration exercises. And now, okay, now that you are centered, now that you are grounded, now that you are a little more present, okay, here we are going to begin to live our life from inspiration of imagination. So everything that you want to create without worrying where the money will come from, without worrying where will the resources come from, just create from inspiration. Do you feel inspired? Do you feel excited when you think of that idea that you want to create in your future and create in your life? If the answer is yes, okay, if the answer is yes to you, then you are living from inspiration. You can get inspired by a bird, you can get inspired by nature, you can get inspired by the people around you. So instead of going in the past saying that I haven't achieved anything, okay, I'm feeling jealous and envious of this person, can you choose to be inspired by that person? Can you choose to think that, oh, this person has done this and that has opened up a possibility in my mind? Can you feel gratitude for that? And that is how beautifully you can use your memory and imagination to inspire you than to discourage you. And this is how effectively you can let go of your past, get unstuck, changing your habits and getting things done. And I'm going to talk more about, how your neurotransmitter dopamine works and how you are overstimulated, because of which you lack focus and concentration, in my upcoming video. Till then, practice everything that I have taught you in the previous two videos, and I will see you soon. Take care.
Help Talks are daily health-related talks held at Health Education Library for People, Mumbai, India. For more information visit www.healthlibrary.com. Subscribe to Help Talks channel. Be better informed about your health.